So I think having an elevator pitch is really important, but I think people focus too much on getting the elevator pitch perfect. My name is Tony Everett. I am the founder of Pure Game, a sports-based youth development program with a focus on youth development. So I think having an elevator pitch is really important, but I think people focus too much on getting the elevator pitch perfect. In other words, they rehearse it so much that it sounds rehearsed. I think there are better ways of teaching elevator pitches, and I think it needs to be shorter. Well, I think it's creating a statement that then actually gets them to ask the question. So I love telling people, when someone says, "What do you do?" I change kids' lives. Oh, that's interesting. How do you do that? Well, we do it through a sports-based youth development program. Oh, tell me more about that. And so it's rather than an elevator pitch, I think it's segments of an elevator pitch that you can break down to pause to get the other person to ask a question if they're interested. But think about it. We're trained on how to do an elevator pitch, and it is crucial that you have an elevator pitch. There's no doubt about that. But if it's one solid block of elevator pitch, we work so hard to get that perfect that we don't leave the gap to bring someone into that elevator pitch. Because I've worked on many a workshop to figure out my elevator pitch. I've got a good elevator pitch, but I don't think I really use it. I just use bits of it. And having different bits allows me then to work with the audience that I'm working with, because they can ask me a question and I can go off a spin on that way, or they could ask me a different question so I can then answer it that way. I think it's important that we are flexible enough to move with and through an elevator pitch. To have it overly rehearsed and have it overly perfect means that you've got no place to go if someone asks you a different random question. But if you give them little bits of it, you can kind of guide the conversation, but then that also opens the conversation up to the person who's listening to you. And an elevator pitch from 30 seconds can go to 30 minutes quite easily because you're open enough to have a conversation and then listen to the other person. So it's important to have an elevator pitch, but it's also important to be flexible enough within the elevator pitch to move with the conversation. So, and actually I think it's important that people have more than one elevator pitch as well. It's not just an elevator pitch. I think there could be 5, 6, 7, 8 elevator pitches for different arenas. So then you can mix and match and weave between all of them.
Thank you for watching this week's video. We appreciate a like, comment, and share. Come back every Tuesday for a new video. You can visit our website at amaoc.org for more information about membership and our events in Orange County.